microphone. Can you hear in the back? Okay. I don't know actually the title of the performance that our student is going to give tonight. Clarareyesorozcoperformance?
Yes.
White Moderate Comfort Quilt. This is her installation. She also has a video in the back room for you to check out later this evening. But Clara, welcome. We're ready to have all our undivided attention. Should I hand out some textbooks?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. You give me the instruction?
No, I'll hand them out myself.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So how many people here have felt left out of the textbooks and out of the classrooms?
I'm not in no textbook.
So, you see, today is the anniversary of Martin Luther King's death. April 4th, 1968 is the day that he got shot. And what could have been of the civil rights movement actually wasn't. Because just like Nipsey Hussle's death took a toll on the community, MLK's death took a toll on us too. And so what happened is that we had the civil rights movement, but our textbooks are still not equal. We have separate and equal. So it's basically as if we had a separate white and color fountain, because no person of color in here sees themselves in these textbooks. No person in here sees themselves in the general narratives of every single classroom, where you have to take an elective built towards African American art, African American literature, African American history. And the same goes for Native Americans, Latino, and Asians. So what does that mean? Are we still chattel slaves, that we don't belong in these books? Are we still not enough, that when everyone graduates, everybody learns about Eurocentric history, Eurocentric art, Eurocentric literature? But for people of color, we are not in that narrative. Are we not American? Are we not part of the American experience? Don't you feel like you're part of the American experience? Don't you experience the racism firsthand?
Yeah.
Don't you experience the inability to speak your mind sometimes to certain faculty? Because of the fact that you feel that you'll have that held against you?
Oh yeah.
Haven't you all felt the white moderate in your classrooms, at your jobs, throughout life, through your neighborhoods? Haven't you felt it?
That's right.
So what does that mean? Are we still chattel slaves? That we can't be included in the narrative? Does that mean that we're still drinking from that colored fountain? Has it been disguised? Has the title been changed from color to person of color? So you see, I'm here because these textbooks, I haven't been represented by them since my 5th year of being on this earth. We started kindergarten. That's how long you've all been left out from too. So however many years you've had on this earth, that's how long you've been outside of base. Unless you take an elective, that means you don't belong here. If you're not in these textbooks, does that really mean that you belong in these schools? No. When you get out into the real world, is it presumed that you know less than your white peers? Or do they presume that of you? Because of the fact that they learn history that's based on Western civilization starting in Greece? Instead of actually taking it back and reminding everybody that civilization actually started in Africa? Does that change the narrative? Do you think people would shoot black men the same if black men were in these textbooks? Would they shoot us the same if people of color were part of the narrative? I don't think so. We wouldn't be seen as inferior if they would acknowledge all the accomplishments of people of color. So what I want to do is that I want to invite you to help me rip these textbooks, because you see, these pages, once you print a book, it's presumed that everything in them is a fact. And so it's a fact that we're left out of the narrative. I want to invite you to make room for you, your melanin, that glorious, glorious melanin we all have inside of us. And these textbooks, help me rip them. Help me make room for you. Help me just... Help me rip. Make room for yourself. Make room for yourself because you belong. You belong in this history.
Ready to rip this with me, girl?
Hold on, hold on.
Anybody else? Can I have everyone's attention? Can I have everyone's attention? It's all yours. Now that you've read these pages, and if you didn't have the chance to, now that you've seen yourself in someone else's narrative of not being counted, and now you see how important each and every one of you in this room is, regardless of what society tells you, how does it feel to look at yourself in this moment and see that you matter? That it's not just a slogan, it's not just Black Lives Matter, but it's that every single individual in this room has a room in this book, in this history, in this nation. How does it feel?
Feels good.
Take that with you. You are not less. Thank you.